A new smart bird feeder has landed. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from FeatherSnap is Director of Brand Management, Abigail Knox. Hi, Abigail.
Hi, nice to be here.
Great to see you. You are out with a new camera-equipped, Wi-Fi-enabled smart feeder called the Scout. Give us the overview.
Yeah, so the FeatherSnap Scout is our first smart bird feeder that we are releasing. It is a seed feeder, so it's for approximately 250 species of birds in North America. It's equipped with a camera that triggers whenever a bird lands on the feeder, and it takes both photos and video, and the video actually has sound as well. Once a bird lands on the feeder, the app that is connected to the device will actually trigger and you'll get a notification saying that you have a bird on the feeder, and you can either go directly to live view so you can actually see what the bird is doing right at that moment, or if you don't happen to be near your phone, the photo and the video will be pulled into your gallery so then you can view it later.
Tell me a little bit of background about the company and how this came about.
FeatherSnap has been in ideation, I would say, probably for about a year and a half. The smart bird feeder world kind of got inundated probably about a year and a half ago with some of our competitive products in the market. But the thing that we noticed is that a lot of those feeders don't really fit into a lot of people's like natural landscapes at home. So one of the things we really prioritized was a more natural look and feel to the feeder. There were also a few other pain points that we wanted to solve. So some of the feeders have solar panels, but they're actually not integrated into the feeder. So you actually have to find a way to like put an external solar panel onto a tree or a fence or somewhere else, or there are like a little solar panel that kind of sits on top of the feeder. For ours, it's fully integrated into the feeder, so you don't actually have to charge the camera after the initial charge. As long as it's in enough sunlight, it'll hold a charge consistently. As we were product testing, a lot of our beta testers were located in the Midwest, and they were kind of testing this in like the late winter, early spring. So it's fairly overcast and snowy, but they never had a problem keeping their feeders charged. We also have a really large seed capacity, so it can hold about 2 liters of seed, and it actually has a dual seed compartment, so you can actually put like sunflower seeds in one and then corn in another, or mealworms, so you can attract double the variety of birds than a normal feeder. And one of the things that was really handy is that the roof actually is the lid. So you just click a little button and it's really easy to fill, clean out. So make sure that you can keep all of those birds in your backyard fed.
Terrific. And of course, you have to worry about things like durability with weather conditions, squirrels doing whatever they want to do with it, etc.
Yeah, so that definitely was a pain point that we noticed. So we took a lot of care to make sure that the actual place where the seed comes down is actually relatively wide. So while it's good for the birds, if you do happen to have a squirrel land on it, they're not trying to like gnaw their way to get to the seed, basically. So that makes it really easy to make sure that they're not destroying the feeder. The stand that actually comes out, the little perch, is strong enough that if a squirrel were to land on it, it's not going to knock the feeder down. Obviously can't account for some of the people in more wild locales if they have some bears potentially climb up into their trees. We have had 1 or 2 instances of that. But the nice thing is that the actual camera unit is really durable. That was something that was really important to us because we wanted to make sure that while the basic feeder is, essentially plastic, that camera is really rugged and durable. So even if something were to happen to the feeder, the camera holds up really well in all kinds of temperature ranges, all kinds of weather. I happen to live in Georgia, so the weather can fluctuate pretty dramatically at times of the year between very cold and very warm, and very hot and humid. So the camera actually does a really good job of dealing with temperature swings and fluctuations.
So step us through the setup and the user experience here. You got into it a little bit before. Let's do a little detail here.
Yeah, so really easy to set up. Basically, everything you need is right in the box. So once you order your FeatherSnap, you open the box and there's a quick start guide right on top there. All you need to do is pull the feeder out and all of the components that you need, the camera, a universal mounting stand, and a support strap are all included with the feeder. You download the FeatherSnap Cam app, and then it sounds kind of silly, but all you do is kind of follow the app instructions. You scan a little QR code that's actually located on the camera, and it takes you through the whole setup process. It takes about 5 minutes to set up the camera. And then you can get access to a full app experience. If you choose, there's a premium app experience that gives you things like unlimited storage. It also gives you access to our AI identification. So one of the things that's really unique about FeatherSnap is we actually have an ornithologist on staff. So not only has she helped inform a lot of our product decisions to make sure that the bird feeder is actually safe and responsible in terms of the wildlife visiting it, but she has actually trained our AI model to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. A lot of feeders on the market will claim that they can identify something crazy like 11,000 birds. While there are a lot of bird species in the world, only about 250 come to seed feeders in North America. So she's been able to get really granular in helping train our model to make sure that it can identify those birds really easily. If you are an avid birder, though, and want to identify the bird yourself, we actually have a manual identification process. So you can basically say like, oh no, I know exactly what that bird is, and basically bypass any of the identification models.
I guess we should clarify that to access the snaps through the app, you do have to have the subscription, correct?
Yeah, so when you get the feeder, you get live view for free. That includes all of the audio. But it's a $59.99 annual plan, or you can pay $6.99 monthly. The annual plan is obviously a little bit of a discount, and that gives you access to all of the snaps and videos. AI, you also have badges, so you can earn badges for identifying birds. And then we actually have a fully filled out bird books that includes things like seed preferences, bird fun facts, gives you their location, and we're planning to enhance that as we kind of move through this next app ideation to hopefully include migration patterns and things like that.
Lots of information for people who are bird enthusiasts or may become bird enthusiasts as a result here. You pointed out yourself, you weren't the first out of the gate with this, but what advantages, again, if you want to just tick through them, do you feel you have over the competition?
Yeah, so I think that one of the things that really is unique is that we noticed that a lot of the products on the market kind of tend to have a lot of things as add-ons. So whether that be like the solar panels or an extendable perch, or just like an enhanced camera, those aren't like out of the box available. So we took a lot of care to make sure that a lot of that was integrated into the feeder kind of from the start. So, you know, you have those solar panels integrated. We have a Wi-Fi antenna that's also integrated into it, and it has about 100-foot range. So we have people who've put them in like the back corners of their backyards, and they don't have any problem getting data from the feeders. So that's something that we're really proud of. A lot of other people have reported kind of struggling with some of the connectivity with some of the other products on the market. And then I know I've said it a few times, but the actual size of the seed container is a big deal. Some of the other products in the market, you have to refill pretty frequently. As we were kind of doing product testing, there were times we were refilling those, you know, 2-3 times a week, just depending on how fast birds were coming to the feeder. And I think on like weeks in the summer, I'm probably refilling my FeatherSnap maybe twice, like 2 times a month, if that, depending on how active the birds are, but just like the seed capacity makes a huge difference.
Terrific info. Where can people go to get more and maybe to order?
Yeah, so you can go to feathersnapcam.com, and we are also available on Amazon under FeatherSnap.
And a bit about the pricing?
Pricing is $179.99 on both our website and on Amazon. And we will also have in-store placements coming in the fourth quarter of this year.
Again, it's FeatherSnapCam.com. Abigail Knox, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.